Here we go, you guys. This is some of my Corydoras that I collected of babies. This is some of the little ones. You can see I've collected them in a specimen container. This is like just a few babies. Some really nice ones that are very active. And there's also snails in there, but mostly I collected my Corydora babies that you can see swimming around. Some are albinos. And there's other types too. They're just like enjoying themselves. There's quite a few in here. And they enjoy swimming. You can see them all over. Just having a blast. There's like more than two. There's many of these little fellas. They love swimming. There's many of them. They're just like swimming every which way. And those little squiggly lines are detritus worms, because I feed very well, and the detritus worms take care of the excess stuff. But right now it's just all these Corys having a blast. They're like all over in there because there's so many of them, and they're very well taken care of. I'm raising these guys, plus there's more, and they're slowly being raised elsewhere in another container thing, because I like to raise my Corys and my guppies very well. You need proof? That's just a little bit of the Corys that hatched that are still surviving. This is guppies, fry, and other fry. This will give you an idea of how good I raise my Corydoras and guppies. They're growing, and some of the little ones that are in there are ones I took out that are still growing up, that are big enough to eat the other fry, so I pretty much moved them out, and they're growing out pretty much from that. So there you go. That's an idea of how these guys work, is when they get big enough to go out of here, they get put in general population. And general population is basically among the adults. And among the adults is pretty much a goal, because their goal in this tank is to eventually get from there all the way out here. So they're all just slowly growing up. Plus I have the Corys in there that are eventually going to grow big enough. It's just like my fry basket slash fry breeder mesh box, where they can grow up. They don't stay here long. They stay here long enough to get big enough, and then they're moved out as fast as they are moved in. So you're looking at pretty much about 3 or 4 batches of fry usually in here for about 2 to 3 months, and then they're moved out of here, and then another batch comes in when they're born, and they get moved in here, and then they get moved out too. It's just like a rotating roster of fry, and there's always a new batch coming. So they all end up in that little basket, and then they end up moving out into the general population of tank. But right now I'm working on the next population growth. I'm basically gonna take most of what's in here in this tank, and probably what's in that tank, and I'm gonna move it into this tank, because I'm gonna eventually take and move a lot of stuff out, because I want to basically eventually start looking into getting lights and setting it all up for this tank to actually be a lot better. It's just a matter of waiting to do it. So yeah.